Well guys, I never thought I might coming back on Rapper Offline after I quit making Rapper Offline videos back when someone called me out for my past action from June 2021, but well, since some of my friends from 2021 to 2023 is still attacking me for what I did back in June 2021, I think even after I exposing Princess Ressalina Starsdale and Mayor Pauline Fannin, some people still called me a child abuser back in June 12th last year, which is 2024. I guess I have no other choice left but to explaining and admitting about my wrongdoings for what I did since back in 2020 up to 2024, instead of talking more thing about that person who's requested me that worst video back in the last day of June 2021. By the way, this is my 2025 avatar in Rapper Offline. I am no longer being a red and a yellow guy, and I am no longer wearing a hand gloves because of some people are calling me Knuckles the Kid Ripoff on Discord just because of my Guanama profile picture on either January or February last year. Well, I like Knuckles the Kid from Sonic series anyways. And oh, one more thing, either after this video is over, or in Randbud in this year, or in summer this year, I will change my username to Aquin PS3 and PC Gaming Man 2000. The reason why I will change it to Aquin PS3 and PC Gaming Man 2000 either after this video is over, or in Randbud in 2025, which is coming next month, or in summer this year is because of I got my PS3 on my 24th birthday, before I came back on Rapper Offline on this year. Well, my parents buys me a PS3 for me on my 24th birthday 3 months ago. Here's the screenshot of my PS3 that I got 3 months ago on my birthday. Guys, this is what PS3 look like. Even though it's the super slim models. But still, I got this console on my birthday 3 months ago, by my parents buying me this console. Anyways, without further more to do, let's go to the explaining and admitting my wrongdoings videos for what I did in the past. Shall we? Well guys, I used to make LDBHITT gets grounded videos on texting story without realize that she was a real life person the whole time, back in March or April 2020, until someone else that was the same person who called me Azure Midnight Gemstone Dude and Star Green and Bar out on Discord. All Night Elfider last year, make a video about why the politicians / celebrities gets grounded videos was a bad idea back in July 2020, even though I ignoring Azure and Michelle these days, and I already regret doing her grounded series in April 2020 until July 2020, and thank goodness I stopped making LDBHIT gets grounded videos in the same month of 2020, and replaced it with the Happy Holy Kids Go Animate series in July 18, 2020 since the politicians / celebrities / real life people gets grounded videos was actually cyberbullying. Well, I used to make a rant videos and I'm done with you videos out of the past controversial users back in 2020 or 2021, I believe, and thank God I deleted some of the rant and I'm done with you videos out of the past controversial users from 2020 back in 2023 on my main YT channel, even though some of the past controversial users from 2019 to 2021 are dead topic users nowadays. Okay, back in 2021 up to 2022, I used to make a disrespectful / unhappy birthday special videos out of the users that I hate back in 2021 up to early 2022, but not anymore in 2022, since I now realize that unhappy birthday videos out of the users that I hate is actually disrespectful and it counts as taking the users way to the extreme. To be honest, it seems like I was almost got called out by some of the past controversial users with it just because of a scene of one of my Indian / Bollywood songs parody / covers back in January 2021, and I almost got cancelled by the cancel culture supporter dead topic users just because of one of the scene of one of my Indian / Bollywood song cover videos. But luckily another past controversial users calling out the past controversial users on March 2021 for what he did on Discord back then, and supporting cancel culture even though she's not any better though. Please note that I am not gonna mention the name of those two past controversial users from 2020 to 2021 on this video since they're both dead topics nowadays. Well, I used to featuring Superstar Lena on my videos as my friend slash bestie in my videos back in July 2020 up to January 2021, until people realized Luna's dark truth. On January to February 2021, a mega opinion slash thoughts changed post out of her on February 2021, which is almost Lunar slash Chinese New Year 2021, for what Superstar Luna has done. And being Azure Midnight's fake fictional girlfriends, even though I ignoring Azure these days, since me, Azure and Michelle got called out slash confronted by the same person, who's making a video about why the politicians slash celebrities gets grounded videos was a bad idea back in July 2020, back in Eid al-Fitr last year. Well, I used to take Molly, Carla, Brianna and Tian away to the extreme in my videos back in August 2020 by giving doll leader, Molly Peterson, a punishment day over she's turned the house upside down back in 2020, but thank God they're improved their behavior since back in 2022. Also, according to some people in the story, Molly calling Victoria a lemonhead back in 2020. And Victoria calling Molly a football head term also back in 2020, which is why so many people, including myself, regret calling Molly a football head and taking the Molly gang way to the extreme, since Flinkledude has a good point about why people should stop calling Molly a football head and also stop taking the Molly gang and some of the troublemakers way to the extreme. Okay. This is the very main reason why I got called out by the same guy who's make a video about why the politicians slash celebrities gets grounded videos was a bad idea, in July 2020, and even some people call me a child abuser, just because of I accepting Princess Resselina Starsdal and Mayor Pauline fans' request to me about grounded videos. Starting back in August 2020 up to June 2021, I believe, and I completely regret accepting our request back in 2020 up to 2021 since someone called me out and confronted me on Discord since back in the last day of Ramadan last year, and some people still attacking me and still calling me a child abuser, even after I exposing our shitty request to me from last day of June 2021 on June 12, 2024, which is last year. Maybe, if Princess Resselina Starsdal and Mayor Pauline fan came back on YouTube maybe, in the future, and asked me to accept her apology, I'll just denying our apology for good, and just block her and moving on from her instead anyway since she's still offline from YouTube since back in the first day of winter 2022 up to this year. But I'm not sure if Princess Resselina Starsdal is now becoming a dead topic users or not yet. Still, I just denying our so-called apology, if she maybe came back on YouTube. Anyways, let's continue on. And Tails Foxy Boy, aka Tanvir, if we're seeing this, I'm deeply very sorry for accepting Princess Resselina Starsdal and Mayor Pauline fans' shitty request to me to make a beating up videos out of you. And somebody realized that it was a bad videos that I degraded the video from the last day of June 2021 before Eid al-Fitr last year. Anyways, Tails Foxy Boy, aka Tanvir, if you're denying my apology, that's okay with me. And I am not mad at you, though since I was a grown man adult, unlike most of those immature past controversial users from 2019 up to 2022, which I am not gonna mention it in this video since some of them are dead topic users nowadays. Anyways, on to the next wrongdoing of mine. I've been joking too much on live streams, even if the jokes are off. For example, Maddie-sama, I keep calling our jokes on livestream while jokes are off to her due of being sick or something on one of the livestream of mine, or to someone stream weird livestream videos, back in 2023. TCH. Some of you guys won't gonna believe it, but, the troublemakers are gaining control out of my mind, and I've been controlled to make some of you guys been published in timeout over roleplaying as Superstar Lena, back before Ramadan 2023 begins. But don't taking the troublemakers way too far though. Also, I apologize for some of you guys who's got published in timeout, which was the cheer slash the Destiny Girls, was behind all of this thing, by putting some of you guys in timeout, just because of some of you guys roleplaying as Superstar Lena since back in first day of March 2023. Even though I am not really sure if the cheer slash Destiny Girls are dead topic OC groups these days, but, let's move on into my last wrongdoing part in this video. Okay. Here's the whole story about how I got being controlled by the troublemakers like the cheer girls to make me put users in timeout over roleplaying as Superstar Lena on StarJesus's 132nd stream weird livestream, when Anthony26 show told StarJesus to time out Ruthless Rian. All of the cheer slash Destiny Girls members says thank you to Anthony for telling StarJesus to put Ruthless Rian in timeout because of Rian calling Union Alien. and Cecile telling Juan Lopez to thank you to Anthony for telling Jesus to put Rian in timeout over Rian calling Union and Onion. After the troublemakers seeing Anthony 26 shows telling Star Jesus to put Rian in timeout on his 130-second livestream, they decided to take control of my mind and make me put some of you guys in timeout over roleplaying as Superstar Lena on my first day of March livestream videos. Alright. I used to be dragged into so many users as drama like the Caleb and Roblox vs Landon dramas, and so many past controversial users as dramas, even though I am moving on from Caleb and Roblox nowadays, and making a drama video / post out of them, since back in 2020 up to 2021. But thank God I stopped making drama videos, since back in 2022, even though some of those past controversial users from 2019 are dead topic users nowadays like I've said before. I also use the inspired by term as an excuse instead of giving users a credit back in 2020 and early 2021, but thank God I am giving users a credits for an inspiration ideas, since back in September 2021 or early 2022, I guess, up to last year. Anyways. That's all of my wrongdoings that I have to say. I hope you guys can accept my apology. If some of you guys deny my apology, that's okay to me though, as long as some of you guys didn't say those useless and immaturity terms. Guys, I highly recommended you all do not say these immature and useless term in my opinion, when some of you guys denying my apology. Because, one of these denying apology term can make you acting like a childish nonsense. Not even lying. Just say, apology unaccepted, or, I am not accepting your apology, or, I deny your apology, or, I am sorry but, I am not accept your apology, or some other denying apology term thing like that. Immature more of these childish, denying apology term. Anyways, that's all I have to say to you guys. If you have any other of my wrongdoings for what I did in the past starting back in 2020 up to April last year, let me know in the comments sections. Anyways. This is me, Indonesia, Japan and India Isaac Man 2000, also known as Iquin, over and out. See you all next time, I guess.